You surprise me, Tiberius. It turns out there's a philosopher hiding beneath that jester's mask. Go on, you're opening my mind. Tell me, what happened in the end?
The known world came to an end, perhaps too soon. Alexander, who set out to expand Rome, noticed beauties in the lives of those we call barbarians, beauties that weren't present in Rome. He found things in them that he admired. And Alexander, who returned to his birthplace only after his mother's death, was no longer a Roman. He was half Persian, half Indian. Thus began the age of pleasure and entertainment in the world.
I never thought of it that way.
There's nothing to be surprised about, Nero. You've lived in this palace so far removed from the world that you couldn't possibly notice these things in a lifetime.
I guess you're right, Tiberius. Anyway, what did you mean by the age of pleasure and entertainment?
Yes, the age of pleasure and entertainment. At first it was a fun time, a time when everyone was happy. In this new era, all the peoples of the world began to make love, not war, and this was the bed of this great group interaction. Constantinople and all the Alexandrias, religions, legends, arts, knowledge, fashions, games, they flowed into each other, mixed with each other, and that's how the new world began. But as they say, my brother, all good things must come to an end, and no pleasure can last forever. It's against human nature. And when this great party, which had lasted half a century since Alexander, ended, as at the end of all parties, a great shame came over everyone who participated. Because no one knew who was whose husband, who was whose wife, who was whose son, who was whose daughter, who was whose father, who was whose mother anymore. Gods were mixed with gods, prophets with prophets, legends with legends, heroes with heroes, and people realized that they had lost their identities. Everyone was the same, everyone was everyone, and everyone was no one anymore. Everyone was Roman, so everyone was a nobody. Thus came the end of the age of pleasure and entertainment, Nero.
So what now, Tiberius?
Change, Nero. Change. People want things to change, whether for better or for worse. This change whether it be destruction or apocalypse. And now, the peoples are returning to their origins. The hopes and fears in their subconscious are beginning to awaken again. Dragons, ice giants, messiahs, gods and titans.
You don't believe all these monsters are real, do you, Tiberius?
It doesn't matter, Nero. These are as real to the people as Jupiter, with whom our great-grandmother Olympia slept, was real to her. People create reality, Nero.
Bravo, Tiberius, bravo. You're eclipsing even the great master Aristotle in philosophy. But to get to the point, what should we do now? Do you have a suggestion?
Yes, I do, Nero. In fact, I've had a suggestion I've wanted to make to you for a long time, and I see that now is the perfect time.
What is it, Tiberius?
I offer you what you've longed for your whole life, your freedom.
What do you mean?
I will take your place.
So, you'll be Emperor Nero, and I'll be Tiberius the Jester?
No, Nero, I will be Emperor Nero, but you can be whatever you want. You kept rambling about wanting to be a wandering minstrel. Here's your chance. Thus, I give you back the right to choose, which I stole from you from the very beginning.
Agreed, Tiberius.
Come on then, let's trade clothes.
Okay, what will you do?
Whatever it takes to prolong the duration of the world empire inherited from Alexander.
Okay, Tiberius, agreed. I hope this burden you've taken from my back won't be too heavy for you.
Forget it, Nero. After all, I owe you the bearing of this burden.